I'm in Italy now, so another background from another country. And I'm using my real camera again because the footage that I shot on my phone was just not good quality. Today I'm talking about life path numbers. I only learned about life path numbers the other day. On my travels, I've met a lot of different people and had a lot of conversations about different parts of life, and this one goes out to Luna from Colombia. We were talking about filmmaking and her next project, and she was telling me about the story, and she mentioned off the cuff that she believes in life path numbers. And I asked, what's that? She explained that everyone has a life path number that explores your strengths, weaknesses, goals, and how you approach life. It actually sounds a lot like the personality test that I took recently. To calculate your life path number, you take your date of birth in the format of day, month, year, and you add up all the numbers. You'll probably end up with double figures, so you add those two up so that you have one number. Unless you've added up your name and it comes to 11 or 22. These are considered master numbers and are more intense than the rest of the numbers in the sequence. There are 9 numbers, each with its own traits. Ophi Idut of the Astra Twins says that numerology enhances your understanding of self by revealing not just how you express yourself, but where you put your inherent energy. And if this is sounding a little too spiritual for you, let me add Pythagoras to the mix. Pythagoras was a brilliant mathematician, but he wasn't only interested in quantitative solutions. He believed that the physical world was comprised of the energetic vibrations of numbers and developed a system that corresponded letters with integers. His practice was a study of numerical interconnectivity. I'd now like to give a shout out to my math teacher, Mr. Warnock, who was a massive Pythagoras fan. In a nutshell, 1 is linked to action and initiation, 2 is linked to sensitivity, balance and harmony, 3 is linked to communication, 4 is linked to earthly energy and fortifying roots, 5 is linked to adventure and freedom, 6 is linked to nurture, support and empathy, 7 is linked to investigation and analysis, 8 is linked to abundance, materialism and wealth, 9 is linked to experience, 11 is linked to extrasensory talents, and 22 is linked to transformation. It's not just about your life path number, however. You can also calculate a destiny number that goes with it. The relationship is that your life path reveals your greater purpose, and your destiny number offers insight as to how you will express your greater goals. Calculating this involves converting your full name into numbers, which is quite complicated, so I'll leave a link in the description if you would like to do this. So, my life path number is 5. This means that my greater purpose is free thinking, adventurous and progressive. 5 is defined by freedom. 5 needs to experience the world by engaging its 5 senses. For 5, life lessons are acquired through spontaneous acts of bravery. 5 is known for its playful, impulsive and vivacious spirit, but on the other side of its signature joie de vivre, 5 can become restless and impatient. Since 5 is always seeking discovery, it has a difficult time accepting life's day-to-day responsibilities, including professional and interpersonal commitments. 5 must remember that when it narrows its gaze, it will discover that the most rewarding exploration exists in its own backyard. So straight away, I do agree that my life is very defined by freedom. So many of the choices that I make are in the pursuit of independence, and all of the important things in my life are things that have granted me freedom. I remember when I learned to drive, I described it as the most liberating thing that I had ever done. Difficulty accepting life's day-to-day responsibilities, including professional and interpersonal commitments. I think I struggle in a non-stimulating work environment. I'm always looking for more. But interpersonal commitments, that's a hard one to reflect on. I don't know, I am very good at bonding with my friends, but maybe I don't do it frequently enough. It's something to reflect on. My destiny number is 9, so this is how I express my greater goals. As the final single digit within numerology, 9 connotes an old soul. 9 is no stranger to life's up and downs, been there, done that. Accordingly, 9 can effortlessly synthesize large quantities of stimuli physically connecting the dots to form a cohesive whole. The mission for 9 is to reach its highest state of consciousness and help others also achieve this spiritual awareness. 9 isn't afraid to transform, and its malleable spirit inspires others to explore their own ranges of motion. Since 9, in many ways, has transcended the physical plane, it must constantly remember to anchor itself. 9 must learn to balance the abstract with the tangible, ultimately finding its place at the intersection of fantasy and reality. Synthesize large quantities of stimuli. This is true. During the time that I was furloughed, I sewed a dress, I started a course, I started learning French, I wrote a song, I started painting landscapes, and I made short films, and I also wrote my short animation. I am never bored. The mission for 9 is to reach its highest state of consciousness and to help others also achieve this spiritual awareness. I can get on board with this because I really like philosophy, and I'm making this video based on a conversation that I had 2 days ago. I really like thinking and talking to people about ideas and philosophies. Since 9 in many ways has transcended the physical plane, it must constantly remember to anchor itself. So here I wonder, transcended the physical plane? Have I? Have I? I do have a completely private world inside my head thanks to synesthesia, and I often daydream about other worlds and realities. And there was the whole gateway experience thing. 9 must learn to balance the abstract with the tangible, ultimately finding its place at the intersection of fantasy and reality. I live at the intersection of fantasy and reality. I'm going to start putting that in my bio. Well, I found a lot to think about from the life path number and the destiny number. Looking at the other numbers, there's definitely traits there that I don't see in myself. I did try to calculate the numbers for my friends and family and see if they matched up, and I didn't really find an accuracy, but I think you can only really do this type of thing for yourself because only you know yourself truly. At the very least, I do enjoy thinking about my strengths, weaknesses, and motivations, and I like that it gives me food for thought. What's your life path number? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and maybe even sub to the channel. If you know anyone who would enjoy this video, please share it with them. Calculate their life path number and then tell them about themselves so accurately that they get freaked out and then they want to watch this video. Or however you want to share it is fine. See you next time.